From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. This evening, we are focusing on the potential for U.S. government shutdown at midnight, and this is what we know at this hour. At the last check, according to the Associated Press, the Senate is debating and has been debating multiple bills from the Democrats, and all of them have been rejected by Republicans. Furthermore, there's a roll call ongoing now that at the time of this recording that would push and promote the Republican plan to extend current year's funding for 7 more weeks. Having said that, as Democrats watch the minutes tick down to a government shutdown, they are acknowledging that the funding lapse could cause disruptions for many Americans, even as they prepared to vote against a Republican bill that would keep funding mostly at current levels. Instead, they called on their Republican counterparts to sit down to discuss extending health care benefits. Senator Dick Durbin, the number 2 ranked senator in the Democratic Caucus, said in a floor speech, "On the Democratic side, we think this is a battle worth fighting. But Republicans have shown no interest in attaching health care policy to a funding bill. They have called on Democrats to fund the government before having debate on health care subsidies and berated Democrats for trying to use government funding as leverage to force negotiation." In other news, a group of labor unions filed a lawsuit Tuesday against the Office of Management and Budget Director, Russ Vought, Office of Personnel Management, and its director, Scott Cooper, claiming that the Trump administration violated the law by threatening to perform a mass firing of federal workers during a shutdown. The American Federation of Government Employees and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees are plaintiffs in the suit. They allege that the administration's plan to fire federal employees during a shutdown is an unlawful abuse of power designed to punish workers and pressure Congress, and violates the very laws that govern how potential shutdowns are supposed to function. Announcing plans to fire potentially tens of thousands of federal employees simply because Congress and the administration are at odds on funding the government past the end of the fiscal year is not only illegal, it's immoral and unconscionable. AFGE National President Everett Kelly said in a news release. Turning to other news, homeowners in hurricane-prone states know full well the need for flood insurance. This story is for you. With 2 months left in the Atlantic hurricane season, authorization for the National Flood Insurance Program is set to expire at the end of the day today if Congress doesn't pass a spending bill. Millions of policyholders rely on the National Flood Insurance Program to secure flood coverage that's rarely part of standard homeowner policies and is required for mortgages in areas deemed high risk. While National Flood Insurance Program claims can still be paid during a lapse, new policies cannot be sold and existing ones cannot add coverage or be renewed. Past freezes have wrought havoc on real estate transactions in flood-prone areas. When National Flood Insurance Program authorization lapsed for about 30 days in June of 2010, an estimated 1,400 home sales were canceled or delayed daily, according to the National Association of Realtors. And finally, with the government shutdown just hours away, Democrats and Republicans angrily blamed each other and refused to budge from their positions Tuesday, unable to find agreement or even negotiate as hundreds of thousands of federal workers stood to be furloughed or laid off. The partisan standoff over health care and spending is threatening to trigger the first U.S. government shutdown in almost 7 years at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday. To avoid it, the Senate would have had to pass a House measure that would extend federal funding for 7 weeks while lawmakers finish their work on annual spending bills. But a resolution appeared far off as tempers flared, increasing the odds of a shutdown by the hour. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer of New York said Republicans are trying to bully Democrats by refusing to negotiate on an extension of health care benefits and other priorities. It's only the president who can do this. We know he runs the show here, Schumer said. Tuesday morning, after a bipartisan White House meeting the day before yielded little progress. Republicans have until midnight tonight to get serious with us, Schumer said, and that is the news blast for this hour. While we hope to report better news tomorrow, we are not counting on it. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.